interesting. So we can also do this little trick here with the big thick grass. We can throw some of that in there. Maybe like where would we put it? Maybe some more right there. A little bit more over here. Just to kind of, again, emphasize it's like, yeah, there's a bunch of stuff growing here. Now see, the A stuff, A tab stuff, like you just noticed, it put the shadow over that. So, but for whatever reason, like the B and C tabs, it won't. So, you know, if it's anything that's supposed to be on the ground, which is what the A tab signifies for the most part, that and like the walls and stuff like that. But, so you can do it over the grass like that, but a lot of the other things like the mushrooms and the stumps and the logs and the plants and all that, they'll go on top of the shadow and it just looks a little bit strange. So, but yeah, we can kind of block in all this stuff here just to give it something else to look at. Now I think what I'm going to do is I will grab this, and even though it's the wrong color, it matches with this color grass and not this one. Actually, I think there's somewhere, isn't there a transparent road path? I'm pretty sure. I remember where it was. Somewhere. I thought there was one like this, except it's transparent on the back. I may be mistaken. Let's see. Just pretty sure. Is it on the B tab, maybe? Okay, doesn't look like it. I thought there was a way to do like a dirt path with the transparency on the background, but I'm not seeing it. Maybe I'm remembering something else. Because it's not this one. Is it this one maybe? Let's see. No, that's kind of like a dirty something or other. And this is the snow one, so that's not it. Yeah, that's not the one I want. Undo that. Well, anyway, I thought there was one like this that you could do. Do the grass one, I guess, but yeah, maybe we'll use that. Yeah, that could work okay. Yeah, I thought there was one that was like this, like the sand path. And we could still use this, but it's just going to stand out a little strangely because the color, I guess that actually looks okay. We can go ahead with that. But the color of the grass underneath is different than the color that I used here. So it would match the lighter grass. It would match this color. But since it's dark, it stands out a little bit. But it's actually not that bad. I thought it was going to be more jarring than that. So we'll just go ahead and use it. Because I just want to do like just a little bit here where it's not even, you know, I don't want a ton of stuff. Again, because I'm trying to have it look like a path, but also like not a very well-traveled path, you know, seldom traveled one. So we could do just maybe some stuff like that, or, you know, people were walking here, but not that much. I actually do kind of like this one, the looks of it, so maybe I'll do something like that, where it's just a, you know, they've walked there and it's kind of a messed up grass, but it's still, you know, not enough to get dirt going on it. So kind of like that look too. But you can, you know, you can experiment and have, you know, a better idea for your own game, like what you want it to look like, and, you know, again, take more time than I'm taking here. Can't stress that enough, really. There's just a little bit of path here, just, and all that's really for is visual interest, is the main thing. But also to guide the player, like, okay, you know, but the shape of this map guides the player really well anyway, because it really doesn't give them that much alternative direction that they can move in. So this isn't going to be a map that's very difficult for the player to figure out how to navigate, because obviously they really don't have much choice here. It's like you have to move here or else you don't, you know, you don't get to move at all, pretty much. So, so you can, that's another way you can do it too, is just in your map layout and design. It's another way that you can, you know, get players to be moving in the right direction. So I think that looks pretty good. I'm going to add a little bit more up here, maybe. just like those last couple of things. And then again, I'm having to go back and redo the shadow pen anywhere that I manually added it in, because the game goes back to the default shadow look and everything whenever you draw new tiles over it. So that was why I'm having to go back in there a little bit. But so I think that looks pretty good. So that's, you know, our little forest path. And what I want to do with this is have it go, you know, out to a main area. So that the next map after this, that's probably what we're going to do, is like have it connect to like a main thoroughfare area. So, okay. So I think next we have to do the events, right? That's the next step. So let's go back in here to map number 2. Again, I just click on it, and then I can right click, and I'm just going to do quick event creation transfer like we did before. I personally, I'm okay with using this style of transfer event. Like I've gotten used to it, and it works for me pretty well. It's okay. But other people, you know, they prefer to do it manually by hand, and we went over that in the last tutorial, how to do that. So again, you know, you want to put it one space ahead of where you're going to have the transfer event. So I'm going to click right there for that one. Hit OK. And direction retain is fine, because this is another situation where I've funneled the player to where all they can do is move up, and then so retain will be, you know, they'll be facing up, which is ideal for the situation. So, and then again, I'm going to right click and go to copy, and then right click again and do paste. Double click on the event that I want to edit. Right click here where it's transferring the player and do edit. And then direct designation, click that. And now all I'm going to do is move one space over, so that way it connects to this side. And I'll hit OK, and OK, and OK one more time. And now we've got the 2 transfer events that point us from map 2 to our new map 3 that we just made. Now we're just going to do the same thing on this side. It gets pretty tedious, I know, but this is like one of the most basic and important events that you'll be doing all the time anytime you make a map. So, you know, you'll get a lot of practice in with it, and, you know, you'll get comfortable with it and everything. So, yeah, so it'll be second nature to you after a little bit to just make one event, and then paste it where you need it, go back in, move it over, you know, a little bit if you want. The other thing you could do is just like one thing I used to do, I remember when I was even lazier about making maps and stuff, is I would either make all my entryways just be one tile in width, so that way I only had to do, you know, one all the time, and that's one way you can do it, or else I would make it an odd number. So I would make it 3 wide, and then I would have all of them point to the middle space. That way they would all jump back right into the middle, and it would still look pretty good because you'd walk down the middle of the path, whatever. And that way, if you went on the left side or the right side or the middle, it would always point you to the middle. And then you can literally just copy the one event and then paste it, and you're done, because they'll all point to the middle. So if you're not quite as meticulous and OCD about it as I am, making them go to every little spot, then, you know, you can do it that way too, and it's a little bit faster. But like I said, I like to have it so if they're on the left side, they end up on the left side. If they're on the right side, they end up on the right side. I think it just looks a little bit nicer, a little bit more, you know, well polished, whatever.